Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and I am showing you my flip through of my altered book junk journal, and I did it in the bee themed. I used a Reader's Digest book, and I think it turned out so awesome. But I am collaborating with Crystal at Happy to Plan. She is also doing, she's not doing an altered book journal, but she's doing a junk journal using a Reader's Digest book. And so if you want to see her, she's doing a summer theme. Go ahead and head over onto her over to her channel. I'll have the link down below. All right, so if you haven't seen some of my previous, I did like a little tutorial of working on this when I was starting out with it. And this was my first time doing an altered book junk journal, and I thought it was really fun. It does, at least using a Reader's Digest book, seems to take a whole lot longer than making a regular junk journal, but I thought it was super fun, and I really love how it turned out. I'll go ahead and show you here. I think this is probably 1.5 inches spine, but I used the whole book pretty much, but I removed several of the pages. And I didn't, when you do alter a book, then you don't have to sew any signatures in or anything like that. But you're limited as to all the different pages that you can add in. But I'll show you the things I did to add in more. Like I have some vintage bee themed book pages in here and some other items. I'll show you how I did that. But on the front here, I had this bee. It was an actual 8x10 print from 1972. I think it was something that my mom had that I pulled from her stuff. And the actual print had several bees and like a honeycomb section and everything, but I just fussy cutted the bee off of it, and I added ribbon. This is some honeycomb fabric, and then some trim I had in my stash. And then this is a die cut that I had a die from Global Land, so I did that there. And then on the side, or the spine, I have this vintage looking, it's not actual vintage fabric, but it was bee fabric that came with this bundle. I don't remember where I picked that up. I just had it in my stash, several different bee fabrics. So I cut a piece for the spine, and then I made a tassel and a charm. So the tassel has some ribbons and trims and some of the honeycomb fabric. And then the charm, I'll try and get it close here. I have a bee charm on there. And then I had some beads in my stash. I just made some charms from the beads. And then on the back, it's pretty much the same. I used that honeycomb fabric and the 2 trims, and then this is the actual Reader's Digest book. Okay, it has a glued in tie with this fabric or ribbon. Also, this will be available in my Etsy shop, so if you want to follow the link down below, you can check it out there. All right. Make sure I'm in frame here. So I had a pad of paper that was, I think it was Crafts Consortium, and I'll try and link that pad down below, but I think it's called A Village of Bees or something. If you go back to my original video of when I started this altered book, you'll have that, but I'll try and link it anyway. But I made a pocket here with an altered tag. I have some stamping that I did, and this was like a bee flower. I just had those in my stash from something, I don't remember. And then I put a little rhinestone, some washi tape and paper. This was another metal die that I had that made this from Global Land. And then I cut this. No, I had that. I think this is a metal die from Amazon. So, and then I sewed some ruffle on the side. Since all my pages pretty much in here are still attached in the book, it's kind of hard to sew. So I just sewed the ruffle and then glued this on. I did some sewing in here, but I sewed them in like on pockets and then glued them in. So I still loved that texture of the sewing. So I tried to do as much as I could, and I was able to. So this is another little side tuck there and middle pocket. Here is a pocket up here, so I just have some paper in there. It's bee paper. This is some of the fabric that's on the spine. This is the original page from the Reader's Digest book. I just thought that was a really cute image, so I just left that in there, added some rickrack. Here is how I added in a vintage bee children's book page. So I just glued and put washi tape in there, and there's this little tab. So it just opens up like that. And then this is a side tuck. That was a napkin. And then I had this embossing folder that did honeycomb. So I used some yellow cardstock and then did some sewing around, added ribbon and another bee. This was just some handmade paper I had in my stash, and then I stamped the Be Happy down there, or Happy Bee, I guess. And then here are some double pockets. This is an altered, I think it was an inventory tag, and I had this honey recipe book, so I just took a little bit of the recipe there and put it on some paper and sewed it, added a bee down there. And then this is just a Pictionary card, and it has bee on it. This was from little images from a book, and I just cut them out in the shape of honeycomb, or what is that shape? Octoseptagon? No, I don't know. Anyway, can't remember. Six-sided anyway. So honeycomb shapes, and then this was some paper that says Be Happy. And then another way I added in some other papers was I made a belly band here with some of the scrapbook paper, and then I sewed little mini junk journals inside. And I also had a little honeycomb strip of embossing folder, so I added that in on some of the pages. Just a little mini book, just a couple pages. This is a really chunky book with all my added embellishing, so I didn't want to add too much more bulk than there already was. So this just sticks in there. And then on this page there are two pockets, and I added some paper and another, this is an inspection tag, and I just added some die cuts and paper and ribbon. This page is a pocket page again, so that's in there. I added some of this ruffle on the side. I did some stamping on pages. This is another book page that I just made the shape of the pocket. Another little bookmark. Hoping I'm not getting too far. And then this is a note card. I just stamped a bee on there. And there is some paper back here. I kind of added scrapbook paper wherever I could without making it too bulky. Here's some stamping. And then this was just a little tuck in here. And I added a receipt. This is washi tape. More washi tape on that side. Here is a fold out of another book page. Really cute. I made a tab there and added a little die cut bee. And then this is a side pocket. So this was just a journaling card, or like the, I don't know what those are called, those fast scrapbook little things. I don't know what they're called. Sorry. Alyssa would know, Crystal would know. That's what that is. Okay, moving on here. This page has some stickers. They were just some scrapbook stickers I had in my stash. I made this like a little flip pocket. I just cut 2 pages and glued them together. And then I made little pockets on the front here. And this is a pot, like each of them are pockets at the top. So these come out and they're more of the little cards. I cut out this that says honeybees help each other more than any other kinds of bees. I just thought that was a really cute little, that was from a book. And then this is a little bee there. And then there's another card. Guess I gotta stick that in there. There's another card up there. And then this flips over. And I added a fabric piece there and stamped there. Now this was a little fun foldy page that I just kind of made up. But it's got all kinds of pockets on both sides. I added some vintage playing money. This is a Monopoly card. I used some scrapbook paper here and stamped Happy Bee. And then I'll show you this. There's another pocket over here, but it just kind of just like folded up like that. So there's just all kinds of little pockets to put things in. And then over here is another side tuck with, I used a napkin there. And just a paper doily here. And then I found this Winnie the Pooh card. Thought it was super cute. Here he has his honey. There aren't any bees, but that's okay. So I stuck that in there. And then on this side, I added in this yellow glassine bag that I had. I decorated the front with a die cut and paper. This makes a little pocket here, and then it opens up, and I used a book page here to make 2 pockets on the inside. And then I believe, not sure. Yeah, this is a side pocket here. I just don't have anything in that. Next side has 2 pockets here and here. And then I have this altered tag here. And then I stamped, I had a template that I used to ink up some honeycomb in the background, and then I stamped this meant to be there. Over here is another belly band with some scrapbook paper. I added lace on the side, and then I made this tag. This was from a bee book as well, and I just sewed, I tore around the edges, inked it, sewed it, put it on this cardstock, and just made a little tag there. On this side is another double diagonal pocket. This is another card that I stamped. And then I have another little tag there. There's also a bee right there too on the page. And then this one, I made this tag with the Globaland dies. And I just made a little hinge with some paper there. So that opens, and then this is also a pocket page up at the top. This is a side pocket. I don't have anything in here. There's so many pockets in this book because that's pretty much what you do with the pages when you alter the pages, is make pockets and tucks and things like that. So this is a pocket. It's just like a half size. And then this is a pocket, This is a pocket. This was a book page. I had this little flashcard with the bee on it. It's one of those, you can use a dry erase marker on it, but I thought that was perfect. So that's in there. I added a little stamp. And then I made another little mini journal. Here's the belly band, and then I put the doily on the outside. I have some recipe pages from that honey recipe book, cookbook, and then just plain paper in here. I did add some of the honeycomb embossing there, that on the dyed pages. So that's that. Stick that back in here. Here is another book page that folds out. Does it fold out? Yes, it folds out like that. So hopefully you can see that. And then on the other side are more pockets. This is a book page piece that I made a pocket, and then there's this little card that I made for one of my videos from the Global Land Dies. Fits in there. I added some lace on the side there. These are more, this is a belly band. This is actually a cupcake holder. I had it left over from a party, but I just cut it down. It's a paper, like a really thick cardstock, and you wrap it around a cupcake. You don't actually bake in that. It's just for after they're baked. So I cut it down and just made it into a belly band. And then on this page is another pocket. There are just so many pockets in here. I didn't have enough stuff to put in all the pockets, or it would have been like majorly fat. So whoever buys this can add more to it. These are 3 pockets here. I altered paper clips as well, so I just stuck this little scrap. Can use that somewhere. On this, I put a belly band here, but then I made this little kind of paper, little kind of, I don't know, kind of reminds me of a matchbook. I just took some scrapbook paper and folded it over the top and put some papers in here and sewed it there. So that fits in here. And then on this page, I made some flippy pockets. I just used some coffee stained paper, and so those all flip up, and then these are all little pockets on the sides. You can stick tags or whatever in there. And then the whole page itself is a side pocket. So I keep moving over, I'm sorry. Okay, and then this page just has some of the napkin on it. This is a pocket under here, and then a pocket here. This was one of the original book pages. The colors were perfect. They're swans, but I just thought it looked cool. And then I added this vintage lace on the side. On this side, I have some rickrack here, and then this is a book page pocket. On this one, it's another little double flappy pocket page, and I added scrapbook paper and some fabric, and then these are little side pockets as well. There. These are really thick though, because there's cardstock on both sides, or the scrapbook cardstock. So that's that. And then this is another little tag I made, but I made it into a pocket. So I just put some, actually this is, there's nothing in this pocket. This is also a side pocket here. So it looks like it's stuck in that pocket, but really it's a pocket there and a pocket here. And then the page is a pocket as well. So this is like the book of pockets in tucks. Here is another vintage bee book page. It just lifts up so you can see the other side, and you can put other stuff under there. And then this is a notebook paper. It has a bee on it, but I just made it into a belly band. This is another little diagonal pocket, and then I made this little corner flip thing. So I just stuck that in there like that. This is some vintage lace that I had, so I just made it a little pocket. It goes all the way through, so you could stick pages in there. And it's just, I couldn't sew that because of the pages in the book, so I just glued it at the top and the bottom. This side has the 2 double pockets, and then this page is one of the half-size pockets. I put, I made this little envelope with one of the book pages, kind of did some decorating. This is some leftover of the ruffle, so that fits in here. And then on this side, there's a little tiny pocket there for a tiny tag or whatever. And then, let's see, did I put a bee down there? That was from a book page. And then this is a little pocket. And then over here, guess what? We've got more pockets. Lots of pockets in here to put papers and whatever you want to use it for. Here is a belly band, and I'll show you this little belly band, but first I altered this bingo card. And then this belly band is special because it has a tie. And open it up like this, and the pages open apart. And then there's little pockets in it. And I have these little tiny tags that I die cutted with some scrapbook paper. So those are in there. The same little tag. It's stuck. Well, oh, there we go. Got it out. Okay, so that is that. Just tie that up. I can tie it. My fingers are getting in the way. All right, I'll do that later. I can't get it. Here's another, I'm gonna turn this around. Another altered paper clip. This is just with some vintage seam binding stuff or edging or whatever that is. I think it's seam binding. Another doily. And then over here is another one of the cards that I made with the Global Land dies. You open that up and it says be happy, but I made it into, let's see where, maybe I didn't make it a pocket. Oh, it's a pocket under here. So you can put stuff under there. This opens up too. It just says be happy. And then on, this is the last page. There's another pocket there. And then I made this cute little mini pocket little insert. So these all come out. I just made it with the book page. And then I stamped it. I sewed around the edges. So that fits in there. And then the last back pocket here has an altered tag. Well, I made this tag with cardstock. And then I used a book page to make another little pocket and another tag. So that is it, guys. I think it turned out really cute. So many pockets. You look at it after making it and be like, whoa, that's a lot of pockets. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you're interested in this, it'll be up in my Etsy shop. If you'd like to check out Crystal's channel to see what she did with her Reader's Digest book, I'm excited to see it as well. So go on over there to check her channel out. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.